today. On today's show, we're going to be having a very, very exciting guest. Yes, a martial artist. So just stay tuned. Don't touch that dial. On the high note, we're going to start in today with our nugget. Find wonder, let nature entertain you, let the stress go. The word Saturday has the word sat in it, so make sure you take time to sit and relax today. Moving on from the nuggets down to poetry, you will need a quote to eat you up. Another poem, just one more to spice the morning. What are they? What are heavy? What are heavy? Sea and sorrow. What? So people who eat chocolates on a near daily basis are thinner than those who don't. Did you know exercising when you're young slows bone deterioration in old age? Did you know consuming hot? That's all on our nuggets for this morning. I hope they were enough to make you relax and be ready for our news updates. I am starting with the nation's headline. Police discontinue case against students arraigned for making false assures Nigerians. Panic as gunmen abduct imam, injure 11 in Delta State. Yaba Tech suspends students week over shooting. Troops launch airstrikes in Kaduna. Fumes over on ending petrol scarcity across Nigeria. Nigerians to get their PVCs between December 12th and January 2022, says INEC. 11 hospitalized as gunmen attack mosques in Delta State, Bola says. Still on the headlines, moving on to the Sun. Jonathan shatters PDPO, turns down the offer to settle dispute between Atiku and Wike. Got 625.43 billion naira in 2 years, says presidency. The Punch headlines. Federal government to sanction FIRS, NNPC, others, MDA for backdoor recruitment. This state is still the updates, news and updates. Moving on to Guardian Sports. Tears as Ghana, Uruguay crashes out of World Cup. With late goal, South Korea shocks Portugal. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back. Back to the breakfast table, reaching to you live from our studios here at Best Update TV, your number one online update TV channel. And yes, with me here is the so much expected, focusing mainly on you being a martial artist. Okay. How did you get into the sport?
Okay, martial arts it's actually a family thing.
Okay.
So my parents are martial artists, my grandparents are martial artists, most of my uncles and aunts are martial artists. So
give us a brief rundown, a brief history of martial arts.
Asking for a brief history of martial arts is like asking for history in general, because martial arts, the very term martial arts, is literally just the art of combat or the art of others.
Okay, so what are you major in?
Okay, I major in 3 specific martial arts. Taekwondo being the primary, Wushu, or what people mostly refer to as Kung Fu,
okay.
The actual name for the martial arts.
There's a video to portray that. Okay, what does it mean for you to be a fighter?
Okay, fighter. There are 2 ways in which I could answer that question. From this,
Is this just a passion, a fling, or is this a full-time career for you?
It started off as a passion, but now it's a full-time career.
So you're fully into it.
Yes.
That means you've had fights, a record of fights.
Yes, actually.
Wow, that means you're a celebrity. Good morning, sir. Let me read. Good morning, sir. Welcome, sir. Okay, so how would I ask this question now? What is your biggest
lively disposition?
How is it?
72.
Does he still practice?
Oh, very much so. As a matter of fact, I can't say I've ever won him in a sparring match ever until today. So
he has the advantage of experience.
Me.
He has the advantage to be remembered for at the end of your career.
I want to be remembered for spectacular knockouts, number one.
Okay.
I think I'm already on my way there.
Beautiful.
I want to be remembered for furthering the arts, bringing new innovations to martial arts, and at least in recent days, let's be honest, Nigeria hasn't been doing too well in terms of soccer.
Yes.
On the international level.
So I think we need to focus
but
on
the contrary, wushu, boxing, wrestling, taekwondo, this is making waves for Nigeria elsewhere.
Even wrestling. Yeah. Or you just have to prove yourself first. Then they see you, then maybe they consider you.
Funding in terms of from government parastatals or the government itself is not really a big thing. It's not forthcoming actually. And it's kind of heartbreaking. The National Taekwondo Open I mentioned earlier, we had a 2-month training camp before the tournament opened itself. Most of the equipment we use in training is our personal equipment. The government, we represented Nigeria, and we don't have...
government have a lot of things they are actually focusing on. The election is at the corner, the insecurity. The only way you just have to draw their attention. You need to look for a very beautiful way to draw their attention. If not, they will not look at you people. Especially maybe even bring something billion naira to the country. They'll be like,
Where I train at, the academy I train at, training routine goes, we warm up for 30 minutes. We have a 30-minute warm-up which consists of stretches, a little bit of strength training, endurance training, just for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Then we get into practicing our base. Artists should focus on a carb-heavy diet.
Heavy.
Carbohydrates,
not to
carbohydrates heavy
but
diet.
to add to it.
Yes, because you need a lot of energy.
You
need a lot of energy as a martial artist. So
we have permission to eat.
Yes.
Anything.
Eat and eat well. No, mostly, not just anything. You balance it out.
To join, I must fight Emeka. He took my girlfriend. Emeka, why now? Please let him know that.
Okay, first off, I feel I have to say this. Martial arts is not for fighting. Please.
How do you do? How is your Saturday going? Stanley is saying, how do I learn martial arts? Because the way things are going on in this country, now fighting with the key. I think we need to... I'm getting there. Why did you chance me and ask my questions? Anyways, I told you to say Elizabeth. Good morning, Miss Eldmard. How are you? I hope you're looking very beautiful and you're resting this Saturday. Okay, moving on from the comment section, we're back to our questionings. We're not done with you yet. We will get all the answers we need.
With the sports councils of the different states.
Okay.
But generally, we also have the Nigerian Taekwondo Foundation, 1975. And now that is the main body responsible for bringing together Taekwondo practitioners all over. So every state has its own chapter and all of that. Karate, or what most people know as karate. It's actually karate. Yeah, karate, you have aikido, you have kendo, you have jiu-jitsu. Yes. In China, you have wushu, you have tai chi, you have bahua, you have, as people know, but then there is also Tai Yi.
Okay.
Tai Yi is, in my opinion, very, very extremely effective because it combines the principles and elements of different martial arts. It places equal emphasis on offense and defense.
Okay.
Equal emphasis on...
I would have loved to see the other person. Okay. You already mentioned the school in your area, apart from the one at EPSO, right?
Yes.
Is there any other one around?
Yes, there are two other training institutions within my locality, apart from the Ebonyi State University Taekwondo Academy, is really adept at what he does, who has like melded with his techniques very well.
Yeah.
And he will do so much better than a rookie at any other martial art. So it depends on the degree of expertise. Like now, for example, I can confidently say as a Taekwondo practitioner,
Captain is different from being a coach.
Yes. I would say yes and no. Now, there's a strict ranking system or a strict system within Taekwondo. Taekwondo is mostly divided into 2 grades, the cube grades and the Dan grades.
Okay.
Now, the cube grade is associate master, 6th degree senior master, 7th degree grandmaster, 8th degree is associate grandmaster or senior grandmaster, then 9th degree is the higher grandmaster.
Oga pata pata.
So before you're certified to found your own academy, some ladies tend to tie it on their natural waistline, but no, that's not how it's supposed to be. It's mostly done on the actual waist,
Okay.
just above the hip, because it allows you to move better and it holds your energy better. So.
Okay, thank you very much. So moving on, what are the benefits?
Then it also helps with development of character. It teaches discipline.
Discipline.
Teaches patience, teaches certain moral values, because every martial art has the tenets they abide by, and so these are drilled into the. First off, my absolute favorite would have to be Donnie Yen.
I don't know him.
Donnie Yen is a Chinese American actor.
Okay, is it modern or olden days?
A bit of the two. He's a bit older now, but he's still
Fighting. What does this mean?
Okay, like I mentioned earlier, there's a huge difference between self-defense and fighting.
Yes.
Now, Kung Fu or Wushu is an art. When it says fighting without fighting, now you may come to me aggressively with the intention of violence.
So, and there will not be evidence of damage.
Oh, several. There are pressure points and pulse points all over the human body. So just focusing on these pressure points and pulse points can have the effect of weakening, paralyzing, or even knocking out the person, and you won't see a single scratch or bruise on the person.
Can you show?
Okay, if you strike those
Can you touch
regions,
it on my neck? Because I've been trying to discover
I'll
which
say
of
here, this particular area.
for the taekwondo, for the fighting on.
Both.
Both of them.
Yes.
Yeah, this place.
This
Congo.
entire region, on both
Okay.
sides of the neck.
Where the I can feel the nerves.
Yes, exactly. And that one can kill because it can easily crush the windpipe.
No, I'm trying to get to point here.
Yeah.
For fighting is striking.
Yeah.
For that one is choking.
Yes.
Okay, there's a difference.
Yes.
So people should learn to know the difference.
Yes.
So when you want to do choke, well, if you're fighting is striking, so that you will not.
Jump and kick above my head.
Wow.
So.
Wow. Okay, but why do you people used to do? Why do you people used to scream? Yeah.
Okay, it's known as kihap or kime.
Is it necessary to scream while fighting? Is it compulsory?
You take in a large amount of oxygen.
Okay.
Your body burns that oxygen to produce an instant burst of energy. Now you exhale forcefully. You're releasing that energy that your body is combusting in that very instant. So the point of shouting is to increase the burst of energy behind while moving. Then it's only at that exact moment when you're striking, you yell, so it increases the energy behind the strike. Now you're not wasting your own energy, because that yell, you're breathing in and breathing out. So that's what providing that extra burst of energy.
Because when I was younger, I used to love fighting a lot. Yeah.
This is when you shout. This is when you keep quiet. Because if not, you waste your energy. Halfway through a match, you flag out of energy and your opponent deals with you. So.
Okay. Any interesting training method of your choice?
Yes, actually. So there was this. So I have to kick it, and I have to kick it with enough speed so that the power behind the kick will be the same as when there's nothing on my leg. So I had to train with those sandbags on my leg for 2 months.
God help us.
2 months, but by the time after 2 months, he was like, okay.
This is why UFC fighters eat the truth of their opponents.
Yes.
Thank you, fighter. You're welcome. Alex is saying this guy can fight. Seriously, the exposure is telling up. He came to seduce my viewers with your chest. They are
Go home, take a nice cold, not warm, cold bath.
okay.
Take a nice cold bath. Then massage the sore area. Eat a very nice meal and sleep. You'll be fine the next
Or in
morning.
the movies, it's hot baths they used to have.
And that tournament, no. Because we have protective equipment. We have protective equipment we use in the ring, especially for Taekwondo. We have our headgear, we have the body armor, forearm guards, groin guards, shin guards, teeth guards, instep guards as well. So
It's true that there was a tear in his muscle. Maybe I don't know where, and that was what led to his death.
what actually led to that? Most people didn't know this. Bruce Lee actually struggled with a heart condition,
Okay.
cardiomyopathy, and that was what actually killed him. So he strained himself. Yes, he strained himself too much.
Okay.
So I grew up with asthma. People like, you have asthma and you're doing martial arts of all sports that require breath control and all of that. How do you do all of that? And what I just have to say is martial arts, the training actually strengthens the lungs.
I know children participate in martial arts. Some schools actually even have a teacher that comes in regularly to train them.
Yeah.
And you said you started from age 3.
Yes.
I was watching Steve Harvey's show on Facebook yesterday, and there was this. They were not the one that initiated. Both of his parents are martial artists. So both his mom and his dad. His mom is even a black belt holder. So she was like, they never trained him. That he started training kicks when he was 8 months old by himself. That he started training kicks before he could.
Develops a shred of cognitive functions. They can stand, they can walk, they can start training.
Okay, then.
But the key here is interest. If the child has interest.
Okay.
And the training methods used for a kid that age will not be the same training methods used for maybe an older child. As a case study, where my team now, that we usually go for tournaments together, we're about 8 of us. And out of the 8 of us, only 3 have parents who do martial arts.
Okay.
So the majority
defense skill or the other.
Yes, that's very
so
necessary.
If that child does not have interest in it and I try to force that child, is that an abuse?
Yes, that is an abuse. The thing is, you just let the child know, like, you're not training them full-time to become full-time martial artists. You just want them to have the basic minimum of self-defense skills.
Yes.
By the time that he will not want to at least try it out.
Okay, so how do you manage a child that has anger issues, that there are children that the moment you introduce them into.
I still like referring to Taekwondo because there are a lot of things that I can draw from it. Now, we have our Taekwondo Students Pledge.
Okay.
And it goes this way. I shall abide by the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect the instructor, the 3 rules guiding every martial artist. And they are strictly enforced. And even the pattern of training itself grinds down that stubborn character. There is this kid, now the academy I train at, we have a section for kids. Kids train every Saturday. As a matter of fact, they're training right now. Completely. He's not stubborn. He's still a little aggressive, but he's not stubborn. By the time he got to brown belt, he's no longer aggressive, he's just playful.
Okay, so it's...
The thing is, when I say we don't just train the body, we train the mind, we train the character as well.
Wow,
martial arts also focuses on character development.
So
and he learns fast. Okay. And close to the point where I was about grading to blue belt, I started learning the weapon for yellow belts. And the guy was like, okay, he wants to learn weaponry as well. I'm going to teach you any single weapon technique. Once our grandmaster refused to teach him weapon technique, he stopped coming for training.
Wow.
Like, that was the only reason he wanted to learn. So the point of an instructor now, why they're there is they observe you, and then they know what techniques, based on your temperament, they know what techniques to teach you, and worst comes to worst, I can escape. Even if it's something I can't find out, I can escape. Like, I can just create an opening and escape from there. So it gives you this confidence, this assurance that I'm fit, I'm healthy, I'm strong. Like, it gives you this healthy dose of vital points, places to hit, contact points, and all of that. So you learn a little bit of kinesiology, you learn a little bit of anatomy, you learn a little bit of physiology at every rank.
Because martial arts is very broad. Very broad.
Yes.
Thank you all for part of the 2 questions. Anyways, you mentioned something off camera,
yes.
And I'm not supposed to bring it here, but I'll bring it here. You mentioned something about being at the Ebonyi Fashion Week.
Yes. Like I said in my introduction, I'm a model as well. I'm a runway model.
Are you going there to display as?
Just a V-neck and with a badge. there. That's the regular Dobok.
So are you going to the
Then-
Ebonyi Fashion Week displaying that?
No, I'm just going as a model on the runway, but we have a designer who does sports.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. I'm rounding off the breakfast table this morning. We've come to the end of the breakfast table for today. I hope that you had a great time. I have learnt quite a lot today, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. I look forward to giving you more updates, more information, more gist. Same station, same time next week. Do have a lovely weekend. Thank you.